Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Matt.
Steve.
Mark.
And we've just finished playing Pictures, which is all about pictures. You have a nice selection here of photos. We've got a barbecue here, some flowers on a table, nice tree in the sunset, and trains. And you can see they're all kind of realistic. It's a waterfall, different pictures of things, and a nice variety. And there's a grid so you can reference them, okay? So C2, for example, would be the little bird. So knowing all the pictures and the sort of how you reference them, you then draw a token, okay? And so this was my token here, and I've drawn that one. So no one else is allowed to know what it is, but if you look at what it represents, then it's this one, but of course no one else would know that. And then everyone with their own token, you see Mark's got a token here, uses a set of equipment to convey that picture, okay? Now with this one, I have a bunch of different cubes and a picture frame, and I have to fit 9 cubes in, and I have to try and convey this. So let me put this here, see if you can spot it. Can you see? It's like a super duper pixelated picture. The yellow's meant to be the ladder, if you can't see that. Blue at the top, green at the bottom. Anyway, so I try and do that. Mark has done this, and that's going to correspond to one of these. Now it's possible you can pick the same token. There are duplicates. So you may have gone for the one I've gone for, or you may have gone for something else. Matt's gone for, he's got these shapes. Incidentally, I should say, Mark, the shoelaces, there are 2 shoelaces here. There's like a long one and a short one he's combined. This is a set of wooden blocks you combine in different ways. And this one is 4 sticks. You see these like sticks, and 4 stones. And the last one, if you have a 5th player, if you don't, you kind of rotate them. But you basically get a set of cards, and you use 2 to 5 of these cards. They've all got pictures on the side. And you put them out in a line. They have to be in a line. You can't arrange them to represent one of the pictures. And then everyone tries to guess what everyone else's image is meant to be. Okay, so I would look at this one and go, well, this kind of looks like a ladder, doesn't it? I mean, it's a bit wobbly. It's hard to do, obviously, with shoelaces. But I think that's a ladder. And the only picture I seem to remember which had a ladder was this one. So I think Mark actually has the same one as me. And so down here, I would write under Mark, you see, I write A2. Then we look at Steve's, and it's like it's a big fork, 2 things sticking up, like a big V. And does anything have a big V in it? Oh, I think it might be the owl, so I would then go and write, was it B2? So I'd write B2 for Steve. And then we look at Matt's, and we go, I've no idea what Matt's done. But in theory, it's meant to correspond to one of these. It's like, there's a bit standing up on the left, a bit kind of off to the right, and then stuff in the middle. I think in the end I decided the round thing in the middle might be the sort of flower, and there's like glasses on the right and the left, maybe. What is that thing on the left? I'm not really sure. And I think I went for this one, okay, which was D3. So you write your guesses here, and then we all take it in turns to reveal what we've done. So
B2.
Steve did B2, and if you get it right, you sort of put a tick there. Hooray, I got it right, and that gets you a point for that round. And then Mark does his.
It was a ladder.
Oh, it's the same. So again, I get a point for that. Then I reveal mine, and everyone else who guesses mine correctly gives me a point.
Yeah.
So everyone got my amazing pixelated image here, and so I get 3 points in the kind of me column. So you go around like this. Incidentally, this one I thought was really difficult, but can you guess what this is? It's like a time, a light, and plants. Which one was it, Matt?
It was clearly the sunrise with the tree.
Oh, so the plant is the tree, the light is the light.
And the time is because this is the only one that really you can tell what time of day it is.
Okay, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't have got that. So then you add up your points.
You didn't get that.
Yes. So in this, your maximum score is if you get everyone's right and everyone gets yours right, you get 6 points. Otherwise, you're getting fewer points. And at the end of the game, after you play this over 5 rounds, each round you kind of rotate. So next round, Matt will get to the pixelated image, Steve does the box, etc. Add up points after 5 rounds, and most points wins. What do we think?
I actually really liked it. I like these kind of communicating with weird methods kind of games. And yeah, this had some unique communication methods. I was one of the last ones to get the cards, and everyone was complaining about, this is really difficult to communicate with these cards. This just... And mine was brilliant. Obviously, Jonathan didn't get it, but yeah. So yeah, I think it's really fun. It's really light, and it's the kind of game that I think you can play with pretty much anyone. So it's got a lot going for it.
Steve?
It was nominated for Shrill the Hours and ended up winning, and it was the only game I hadn't played up until the award. Nova Luna was my favourite. I'd heard about this. I thought it was Pictomania but worse. And having played it, I can see why it won. I probably agree with it now as well. Potentially not the game for me, but definitely the sort of game you want to introduce families to gaming. Stuff like that. It was fun. There was definitely some of the objects are easier to do than others. I'm pretty sure that everyone who did the pixelated image got it right every time, and I think actually the sticks and stones were 100% as well. So like when you got these, you got a maximum score. When you got those, you got a maximum score. And so it's about improving your score with the other ones. The cards are very restrictive. Obviously, like to get water, you've got a lifeboat and a shark, and that's it. So like which one of these two does that represent? How do you distinguish between that and that when you've got a lifeboat and a shark? So it's difficult, but it's fun. It feels like all the items are one item short of being good, like a third shoelace or a couple of cards that kind of have a person in it or something like that, or maybe a fourth colour of each cube, because the cubes you're restricted to how many of each colour you've got and stuff like that. So I think they've balanced it very well. It's a very family-friendly game. It has one issue, which comes somewhere positive, I think. So I think it's good that you don't change the pictures. You get used to the pictures as you go through the game. And because of that, you can get the same picture with the same items and you describe it. That happened to me twice this game. I knew of it coming into the game. I got this picture
but
after
we were doing it wrong, putting the tokens back.
Yeah,
into
sort
the
of.
bag.
You can still get it. I got that picture after Matt did it with the shoelaces, so I just copied his and everyone got mine. And then I got the bird that Mark had on the very first turn. Did the same sort of thing. Everyone got it right because obviously they'd seen the same thing before. Mark?
Yeah, I agree. I can see why it won the spiel of the three. It is fun. There is a definite thought process of when particularly with stuff with the laces and the cards, just like this is going to be a nightmare. Occasionally you get a bit of luck and it's all right. I mean, you can just about make a lad with laces, but some of the other ones were. I wouldn't know how you'd go about doing such as a sunrise with laces and stuff, or a barbecue. So so there is a nice amount of thought. It is family friendly, fun, quick to teach. Has a little chuckle. It's not stressful like Pictomania because there's no time limit. You're purely just going to make your guesses, which is a good thing. If there was a time limit or anything like that, this A wouldn't be a Spiel nominee, and B, it would be, I think, less fun because at least Pictomania you can draw, and this you're just struggling.
Yeah, some of them take a lot longer than others.
Yeah, I think the one thing that this has felt to me is that this year was a weaker Spiel year because Just One is a much better Spiel winner than this game. It's still a good game, but it's night and day difference in my opinion, between the two winners in the last 2 years.
Rating?
I enjoyed it enough to give it a 7.
Steve?
For the Spiel winners, I'm glad it won of the three because it's the sort of game we want in the cafe for people to bring it in. Personally, I'd rather play Pictomania. I don't think I'd ever choose this over Pictomania, so 5.5.
Matt?
I'd happily play this. I like the laid-back, kind of just chilled creativeness of it. So I think I'd give it 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can see very much what kind of game it is. I'd very happily play this with my family. It would go down well with them. It has wide appeal, very much fits the Spiel bill, as they've said before, and I enjoyed playing it. I like being creative with different objects. The shoelaces don't sit well. As Mark was saying, they are a pain to use. If you had the sort of thin shoelaces, I think it would work much better, but then maybe it'd be too easy, I don't know. I spent ages making my picture with the shoelaces though, it was so frustrating. But the rest of them I really liked. So if you're creative, doesn't take too long, appeals to a lot of different people, I think it's very solid. I would be on a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, thanks for watching. That was
Pictures.